I'm sitting here with Kairos, and the rooks have started nesting. I've seen some of them flying around with leaves and twigs in their beaks, and there's a lot of cawing, and the cawing is a communication and a connection and also a negotiation. And what has come to me here today is related to my concern about this whole sort of one consciousness thing. The reason I've gone to psychiatrists and counsellors is because of my fear of this powerful centrifugal force that I'm going to just evaporate into this depressive nothingness, or otherwise explode into this hyper anxious or angry or exuberant fountain of self. And that's my real fear, I suppose, of this kind of utter disassembly of self. Yeah. And when the trees have said to me before about the importance of bark, I think that's related to it. So Kairos was saying every act of communication is connection, weaving into the web of community and space, and it's an act of negotiation, because to be a community, everyone has to have their space. Everyone has to be in negotiation and in communication. So the starlings that fly together, they all have this space around them while they're still moving as one. They don't disassemble into constituent parts or a single consciousness of nothingness. They're still individual starlings together as one big mass. And I've been reading in a book by Emanuele Coccia, The Life of Plants, a Metaphysics of Mixture or something like that. And he drew this thing. It came originally from Plotinus, and everyone has always gone to one side or the other. This idea of a complete fusion or a atomization. And he said there is something else, and it's a mixture where everything is itself and also the world. And I find it hard to express this in words, but it seems to me that that's what I believe. And, it's like the crown shyness in trees. It's like you can fuse with something else, your mycorrhizal connections, and become together. At the same time, you, tree and fungus may be fused, but you're still in collaboration and communication and connection with everything else, but you aren't exactly the same as it. There's still something. And I think we kind of want to ignore that. So I did this sort of journey thing. And in this sort of journey thing, the crow took me down there where the badgers have been digging, down, 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 and came out like the spring under the ruined church. And a stoat picked me up in his teeth and carried me under the foxgloves to where a mole was waiting, and the mole took me into the soil. And I could feel the velvet of the mole's fur and see those thickly padded feet and the smell of the earth, that, what's it called, petrichor, that smell of fresh earth. And the mole said, "See here all the matter of the universe, the water, the air, the minerals, the sun in the form of decayed organic bodies and living bodies, the energy that comes from the sun. It's all here in this earth. And it reminded me, the thing that I know, I feel fully, that idea of immanence, that idea that you can't transcend earth, body. It's always there. It's what everything is. The transcendence is within this embodiment. The transcendence is within the miraculous mixture of minerals of the earth. Conativity, being drawn. I don't know. But I think that life is this process of negotiation, not a process of disassembly or transcendence. And I think my addition to that, this thing about conativity, the conatus, which Spinoza says is the force that, like the life force, if you like. So I'm thinking of a seed, and the part that's the root seeks downward, and the part that's the leaves seek upward. You can call that consciousness if you like, but I think it's conativity. And I think that's the thing. That is the thing. And I think it is matter being alive. And that's why matter matters, because it's matter that possesses the conatus. It's in the being. It's always in the being, the body of the being. And everything else is the various different ways that different beings negotiate their existence on Earth. Wow. I sound as if I feel I know, and of course I never do. I never know. But this is what I think. This is what I feel. And this is what I get from the trees. And a final thing. I think that we, as these kind of complex thinking beings, think that this whole idea of conatus is, oh, that's too simple. I mean, surely if we're going to really respect nature, there has to be this kind of like overwhelming consciousness thing, kind of like ours. And I just think that conatus is the miracle. It is the miracle. Why does it need to be something like us for it to be miraculous and intrinsically valuable? Why does it have to be? I mean, it is like us in that we have that, but I don't think it's the same as what we think of as consciousness, this kind of like thinking, feeling, sensation holding capacity. I don't think it's that. I think it's something that's both more basic and far more miraculous.